Dr. Subhash Bhamre, Raksha Rajya Mantri, Dr. Sanjay Baru, the Secretary General, FICCI, senior leadership from the Indian military and from the industry, renowned personnel from the academia, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed an honor to be present here, to be participating in yet another seminar on the issue of identifying solutions to some of the problems that the military is faced with and identifying solutions through indigenization with the support of the Indian industry. We have a number of our senior veterans who are now bridging the gap and telescoping distances between the military and the industry. The Indian Army in particular is no longer keeping our equipment confined to the garages, hidden away from the industry. We have encouraged members to come and visit our areas where this equipment is deployed, visit the field formations to understand and appreciate what needs to be done to better integrate our systems, to indigenize some of our systems and move forward. And within the Army headquarters, the Army Design Bureau is a one-stop solution for the industry to interact with us and move forward. We have also encouraged some senior academicians from the IITs to be embedded with our troops deployed in the forward areas so that they can understand and appreciate their needs and their requirements. Our troops are also being encouraged to carry out some innovations which can then be transferred to the industry for mass-scale manufacture and then be inducted into the armed forces. As was brought out, the compendium on problem statements, 2 of them were brought out last year, and I think it is time that we no longer call it a problem. We should now call it actually a compendium of solutions. 35 schemes from those compendiums have been identified where we are moving forward in close association with the industry to see how best we can now indigenize some of these solutions, some of the systems that are in operation in the Army. Our major requirement as of now is to look at intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance systems to keep an eye on the adversary both on the western and the northern front, and then to integrate this system with the other systems in the battlefield. So integration, firstly, is the ISR itself, and then the integration of the ISR with the battlefield management systems is what is important for us. We're also looking at EW systems, electronic warfare and early warning systems, which will help us in keeping an eye on various issues, not just on the front line, but in the hinterland as well. As you all are aware, security of our installations in the hinterland is becoming a cause for concern because we keep getting reports about likelihood of some attacks on the lines of Uri and Pathankot recurring in some of our bases well in depth. And therefore, we have to also look at solutions to the security problem because the security dimension relying entirely on manpower is not the best way forward. We have to integrate technology with manpower to ensure that the human resources are committed to the least and we are able to imbibe technology in whatever way we can. Our industry is capable, and therefore to support the industry, we in the Army are willing to do some hand-holding. And what we imply by hand-holding is, while we place demands on you through the compendium of problem statements and you come out with the solutions, we can work out to see how best we can give and take and accept some equipment and systems which can then be brought in and inducted into the Army, and gradually look at subsequent phases, how we can improve upon those systems. So I'm not trying to say that we wish to ask for the moon. We can make do with smaller issues, with technologies which may not be that advanced, but as we induct these systems into our Army, we can then continue with the improvement on these systems and move forward so that you support both the Army and the industry through Make in India solutions. And as has rightly been said, we must win the next war with our homemade solutions. For this, it is important that there is extensive synergy between the military, the industry, and the academia. And from our side, we will ensure that this continues. We will facilitate the industry in whatever way you wish to, so long as you can keep meeting our requirements. The issue is, major issue that will be of concern will always be the funds, availability of funds for the defense services. And we hope the industry will come forward in actually utilizing some of the funds for the design and development, so that we can then move forward and we do not have to actually diversify a major part of our funds in the research and development. But certainly, we will then be able to induct the equipment on which you all have carried out the research. This method that we are adopting will also pose a challenge to our defense research and development organization and to our ordnance factories. Because when they know that the industry is moving now close at their heels, they will also be encouraged to ensure that they keep their minds ticking and feet moving. And I think that way we can ensure that not only does the defense R&D grows along with the industry, but all of us benefit from this initiative that has been taken. I will not like to highlight those 35 areas where the schemes have fructified and we are moving forward. It is well known to you. But as I said, there are a number of problems that have been highlighted in the compendium of problems, which we hope will soon turn into solutions. But gradually we will move forward, and I wish to compliment FICCI for having taken this initiative along with their partners in supporting the Indian Army in imbibing technology through homemade solutions. And in the end, I wish this seminar the best of luck, and I hope that from these seminars we actually now start moving forward into the next phase, and that is manufacture and induction of equipment. That is what we are finally looking at, and these kind of seminars must only lead to fructification of schemes that need to be inducted into our Army. Once again, thank you all, and thank you for having given us this opportunity to interact with the industry and the academia. Dhanyavad and Jai Hind.